Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to wear Yoga Vastram, that's very similar to what I'm wearing right now, with these two pieces that I have here. One is going to be a shorter piece, and the other one's quite long. I have my demo person Joseph here, so I'll show you guys how to do that right now. So first thing you do is you unwrap this whole thing. I'm talking to you guys while I'm doing this, okay? You're unwrapping this whole thing, and you can see there's a lot of cloth here. A lot of cloth. Okay? The first thing you want to do is find these two borders, and you're going to cut down the middle of that. So you can split this up into two pieces. Okay? Now, I don't have scissors, so we're going to try nail clippers right now. If that doesn't work, I'll see if I can use this knife. But ideally, you definitely have scissors through this process. Start with a knife. But the first thing you're going to do is you're going to fold this so it's even. So now I have that even distance, so I'll cut right there. Okay? Okay, so the good news is I don't have to cut the whole way. I just need to cut this little border piece, and then all I can do is literally just tear it, just like Hulk Hogan. Okay? And that'll always be straight. You never have to worry about whether that's straight or not. Then I'll fold this piece over here as well, and I'll do the same thing to cut that. Okay, so now you have two pieces. One is going to be shorter, the other a little bit longer. Okay? Using Joseph as our demo, what you're going to do is you're going to wrap it around the waist. And make it so it's completely even. And you bring these pieces together. He's going to make that so it's extended completely out nice and straight, same distance, okay? Then he's going to hold this here, and he's going to make a knot using the same fabric. How's that? You can do it as tight as you want. Do a double knot normally. Okay, good. Then there's two ways of doing this. You can do what's called a pants style, or a style like I kind of have right here. Either way, you're going to start by bringing the right side. So you have two pieces here. The right side is always going to come down and through the legs. And you can pleat this so it looks nicely in the back. It takes a little bit more time, but it does make it look a little bit nicer, that's for sure. By pleating, I just mean folding back and forth, back and forth. Okay, then from here, so this is what I've done. You have this gold border here. All you're going to do is tuck it in the back. Turn around. So he's got this gold little border here, tucked in the back. Okay? Then what he's going to do is now he has this side tucked in like a pants style. You can do the same exact thing on the other side if you want, or you can do what I've done and you can have the pleat on the other side. Now this isn't very fancy, I did a bit of a rush job, but so what we'll do is I'll show you that because I've already shown how to do the pants style on that one side. What you'll do with the pleat is the same thing. You'll have your border showing like so. And if you had an iron, that's what would make this look really nice. So if I ironed this out, it would make it look a lot more crisper. Here's especially if it's a new package. But you're pleating back and forth. And then you'll tuck in. That's a pretty wide pleat, so what I'm going to do is bring it a little bit closer. And you could cut this a little bit shorter if you wanted. So see how this is a little bit less wide as opposed to if that was all the way out. You could cut that if you wanted as well, okay? But for time purposes, we'll just do it this way. And you'll tuck this on the right side. Again, if you had an iron, that would make a nice little crease there for you. So just pull it up. The one thing you want to catch is that this isn't falling on the ground, okay? So I've got a little bit of a gap from going onto the ground. So I pull this piece a little bit higher up and tuck it in, okay? So that's the lower half that we've got done. Now, we're going to take the other half of what we just cut, and all we're going to do is fold it in half. Like so. Okay. Then we're going to wrap this around the waist. We'll first start by tucking it, one part of it in the back. And you spin this way with me.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, I'm going to tuck it in the back. Then we'll roll this down. You can even tuck it one more time in the front as well. Now ideally you have 3 borders here. So that's our bottom. Now we have one last piece. And depending on how the packaging comes, it'll be a little bit different at each time. So if it's something like this, you'll notice that this is a different piece in that it's thinner than all other pieces, meaning it's not as wide. Okay, that's about the distance that we just folded our other one. So this is a little bit thinner, but it's also very long. Okay? But this is going to be our top. We're going to make a top out of this. Okay? How we're going to do that is we're going to take one length and pleat it. So this I've been wearing this for actually 2 days now. So it's a little bit wrinkly. But you're going to take one piece and pleat it, and we're going to bring it over top the shoulder. You're going to tie a knot. Then with the other piece, or the rest of the piece, it's going to wrap around the body continuously until you tuck it in, and I'll show you now. So Joseph already started here. We started with the pleat. The one thing you want to make sure is that this border, this gold border, is on the outside. So it'll be the outside of the shoulder. So that's a tight pleat. What it would be like is so if we were to hold that, so go from there, hold that piece there, and we'll pleat back and forth. Don't pull the whole thing because that'll be too much, not necessary. But we'll pinch right about there. Okay? Now we can go there. So we're going to just hold this and pinch back and forth. Okay? And we've got this whole piece here. This is going to go on the outside of his shoulder. Now, I'm going to tie a knot at this point. You want to just let go there?
Wait, is it okay if you don't tie a knot, or do you have to tie a knot?
It'll be easier if you tie a knot. You can also use a pin here if you wanted to, okay? But Swamiji actually wants us to go as traditional as possible, so if we can go without a pin, then that's good. So now I've extended this down to about here. So now I know I need to tie a knot at about that region.
Party 17 still don't know how to tie one piece knot.
Sorry?
Like a one piece knot, like not a two piece knot. I don't know how to do a one piece knot.
Okay, so now that I've tied the knot, I'm just going to take a look to see how it is with distance. So it's a little bit long here in the front. So if I pull down, notice how the knot slides down. I need to pull it up just a tiny bit. There you go. So knots right around this region, okay? Then from there, like I said, we're going to take the rest of this piece. Come back this way. We're going to wrap it all the way around the body. You want to try and keep it nice. You want to try and keep that gold border showing. And if you notice, there's two different borders. There's the nice bright one, and then there's the dull one. You want to use the bright one as much as possible.
I mean, you have to use bright one.
Okay, and we'll come around. Then what we're going to do, before we do that, is we're going to bring this inside piece across the chest. Okay? And the idea is to cover the right nipple with that. Okay? Nope, don't need to tie. So I'm trying to show the border here just because it looks a little bit sharper when you do it that way. Then once you get to the end, you're going to tuck it. You can either do it through both or one. Tuck it through the side. Okay. Let's see.
Make sure it's not too loose or too tight.
Yeah. There you go. So that's basically how you tie the traditional langoti. And when you're doing a ritual, when you're performing a ritual, right now we're going to puja. That means you wear no top. So I'm not going to put my top back on now because there's no need to wear a top when men do rituals. If you're female body, it's a little bit different. But that's the basic understanding of how to tie a traditional langoti.
Voila.
Thank you.
Good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Nithyananda, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you at the Adino.